Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a almost, well, I might as well just say 2-year update. It's been 2 years off 0.5 milligrams of Ativan on June 27th of this year. It's really, really hard to believe. Some days feel like the first day of taper. Some days feel like the first day off. Some days feel really shitty. Some days feel normal. I don't know that there will ever be a norm after what I've gone through. So let's just start out with my symptoms. I still am very sensitive to too many chemicals. I still don't go get my hair done. I don't get my nails done. I wear very minimal makeup. So like I try to go clean with a lot of my makeup, which still doesn't, I mean, I notice a difference, but it still feels like it's affecting me and it shouldn't. So I have that severe body temperature regulation issues. I feel like I can't cool down in the summer. I'm still not sweating like I'm supposed to. Trying to think of something else going on. Okay, so in the wintertime, it's the same thing. I can't, get warm. I feel like my body temperature when I go and take it stays at a minimal 90, 95, 96 degrees, and then I feel like I can't even function. So I've been able to put on some weight, which is really awesome. I'm still having weight issues though. Like a lot of it I can tell is water. And I think that is still histamine related because I've been doing some research and histamine can make you look and feel bloated like 5 pounds in a day. And that's just, when you weigh yourself and you're 5 pounds bigger, and the day before you were like 5 pounds lighter, you just know that that's a histamine issue. So, so just, it's just still so overwhelming that I can't believe 2 years has gone by and I'm still struggling cognitively. If I need to do a text and someone's talking to me, so 2 different things, multitasking, can't do it. I still don't feel connected to people. I don't feel that reward feeling when I'm doing something as much as I should. So it makes me sad when I do things and I don't feel this end result of like a staticness like I should. That's really sad. I still can't fully work out. I am going to try this week. I'm putting it on my schedule. Because as you all know, the last time I worked out, it didn't end so well. Yeah, I ended up with a severe mast cell attack. So, I don't feel like my symptoms, I know they're bad, but I don't feel like they are as extreme as they were. So like when I get these attacks, I feel like they're more minimal than bad. Believe it or not, I still have massive hair loss. I don't know if you guys can see, but all of this was never like, you could never see my scalp. So to you guys on camera, I mean, my hair is curled, so it looks like, there's some hair there, but there isn't. It's really, really thinning out bad, which makes me sad. My eyebrows, I have to pencil them in. I still have lost all my eyebrows. Like I said, I'm still not sweating. My sleep, I sleep and then I don't. I sleep and then I don't. I still have a lot of air hunger, just like this. The yawning during the day, like even in the morning when I just wake up, I know it sounds normal, but this is such a way where it seems over, what's the word I want to use? Like it seems over dramatic because it shouldn't be like that. But my stomach, I feel like is healed. I did recently, I know it sounds so hypocritical, but I did just have gastritis. I haven't had it though in like 6 months, which is awesome. It was bad. It was really bad. So my son had his 7th birthday yesterday and I just felt the nauseousness and the cramping and the backache and all that. But thankfully, like I haven't had that in so long. I was getting that a lot through coming off benzos, and gastritis is very common and it sucks. There's no way to explain it. It just really, really sucks. But yeah, most of my stuff is, I feel like, cognitive. I just feel like I can't focus. I feel like I can't sit long and watch a movie. I feel more irritable than I usually do. And I think that's because I don't feel rewarded when I do stuff. And I feel more like anger is easier to feel at the moment. Maybe that's why. But I'm obviously, as I tell everybody, I'm grateful to be alive. I don't really think that I should have made it. I know that sounds really negative, but 2 surgeries, influenza A, severe withdrawal from benzos, even during a taper, like, I don't know how I'm here. I don't. So without you guys, your support with one another is how I got through and how I'm still here and I'm still pushing through. So don't ever underestimate, you guys, all in your own way. Your support to others keeps others alive. And a lot of people don't get that. There was some things I was going to bring up, and I'm like, I don't know because I don't like to bring up drama. But I'll address it this way. I'm losing faith in the community. I won't name names, but I am losing faith in the benzo community because I feel like we have an organization to speak for us when we can't speak, to raise their voices for us when we can't raise our voices to make a difference. And I feel like that set of people have really good hearts, but I feel like they've forgotten the rest of us. I feel like they don't support others like they should. All of us need to network together. You shouldn't have to be famous, a doctor, a lawyer to get recognition for your journey. The benzo community is made up by all of us. All of our stories create the community. Without one, you can't have the other. So it isn't a race. It's not a competition. It should be used for what it was designed to be used for. And that is to support one another and do as much as we can for other people who can't right now for themselves. I may get hate for this, and that's fine, but I just feel like there's a lot of us becoming entrepreneurs out of this. As you all know, I started my business back in October doing awareness bracelets. That's what inspired me to start my business, was the Benzo Worry bracelets. Cancer, my son had cancer, things of that nature. And when other people do not support you and you're trying to network with them and collaborate, so to speak, to rise one up and rise the other up, and they just knock you down, that's sad. That's really, really sad. It shouldn't be like this. It should not be like this. This is not, we're not in a competition. I'm not in a competition. I'm not looking to use survivors and warriors to exploit them and make my business. But if somebody came to me who had a business, let's just say, and they wanted to collab with me and get noticed, of course. Why not? Why would I stop somebody from trying to rise up when I'm also trying to rise up? We can rise up together. This isn't a competition. But I feel like the people forget where they came from. I feel like people forget how they got here, and again, I can't say this in so many words. It's selfishness. We're making these, documentaries. They're not to be like, oh, who's that star in the documentary? Like, I want to be just like her or something like that. That's not what this is about. This is about real people and their real stories and reliving what they had to go through all over again, And if we can't support one another, then why do we even have the community? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And like I said, I don't want to go too in detail with it. I just feel like people out there know who they are. Selfishness, cutting others down, saying that we can, raising awareness is raising awareness. There's too much awareness out there. I mean, the things that I've heard, I would never lie to you guys. Like, I'm just blown away by even hearing somebody say, we're raising enough awareness. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's never enough. That's like saying there's enough people doing sex trafficking. There's enough people doing, raising awareness about domestic abuse and stuff like that. There never is. Because once you stop raising awareness and only a few people are, you're not heard. So I don't really understand that concept. I don't. But lately, I've been just staying out of the groups. I don't go in the groups much more anymore. I'm very sad to see the community is falling apart. Everybody's trying to step on somebody else just to get a little higher when you guys could be bringing each other up by supporting each other in everything you do. So it's just sad. Like I said, I know some people who were ready to, make some things and sell some things just to earn a little bit of money for Benzo Awareness, Day coming. And I don't see a problem with that. I don't. It's, someone getting all mad because, oh, well, don't use this and don't use that of ours. And we're the, community and you're not, and you shouldn't use this. Like, how can you even tell somebody that? For real. That's like telling somebody not to go out there on Etsy, as an example. As you guys know, I make bracelets. I've got a warrior bracelet on right now that I made. I mean, that's like telling people on Etsy, you can't go and sell autism bracelets because too many people are raising awareness already. Like, does that even make sense? No. So I don't want to rant on too much more about it, but I'm sickened. Like, I'm so sickened that people cannot do something kind for a Benzo warrior who knows what they've gone through and knows some of these people lose their jobs, their career, their homes, their families, their relationships, their children, and they can't even do something kind for somebody else. I'm over it. I'm over it. So, but I will say I did design new Benzo Warrior bracelets for anybody who's interested, and it's no pressure. I wanted to put that out there because I know people like to start drama. I don't use my channel to just try to make money, but I am putting it out there. Many people had wanted the new Benzo Warrior bracelets. They will be a limited time. So I will start, I've been starting to sell them now, and they will be pretty much, I'll try to keep them stocked up until Benzo Awareness Day, but there's no promises. But if you guys want to, I'm giving away 4 Benzo bracelets in the Benzo House group on July 11th. So if you guys, are in my group and want to participate, you're more than welcome. But like I said, it's just sad. We all need to strive to do something. And if we can't help each other, even in the world, it doesn't have to be Benzo related, and we're stepping on one another to just get an inch higher. I mean, that's not the purpose of life. That's not the purpose of life at all. So, like I said, I'm just very, very sickened with the community. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to bring up names, but I'm just beyond, like, in disbelief just what's going on right now. But yeah, so I mean, here we are, 2 years off. I have a decent day today, a decent window. Yesterday, not so much. I guess I've learned to take the days as they are. Histamine still, I feel like is a big, big, big part of this. Like 100 and, I don't know, I'll just say 50%. It's at least half of it. It is. I know so many people right now that are dealing with histamine. A lot of people will say, oh, well, foods don't really bother me. Well, foods didn't bother me either while I was tapering until I was off 30, 60, 80 days. And then boom, it just, it blew up, like a wildfire. I mean, it was horrible. I know even my therapist said it was like 8 months off for her. Some people it's 6 months. Some people it's 2 years off. I mean, I wish there was a book. There just isn't for when we react. So, again, histamine are things like noticing hives and itching, inflammation, burning under the skin, dry patches on your face, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. That's what I had on my hernia repair. Histamine causes hair loss, hair falling out, your eyebrows are thinning. Reacting to things such as soaps, shampoos, body washes, anything chemical, cleaning your house and then noticing days later you feel fatigued and so exhausted that it's hard to breathe, almost like you have the flu. So like I still deal with all that stuff. It's not as severe I think it does start to come, but, you know, again, I was only on 4 years. Somebody who may be coming off after 8, 10 years, a decade, 2 decades. Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be worse than mine because it's more years on. You know, somebody said to me the other day, like, and I agree with them. I mean, if you've been on these drugs 10, 20 years, what do you expect? Like, I'm not saying that, don't take that negative or in a context, but like in a general thinking, yeah, I mean, what do we expect? We've been on these drugs, me 4 years, I know some people 8, some people, you know, 2 decades. Like, how do we think we're going to be when we come off these drugs? It's horrific already, you know? But all I can tell you guys is I don't think I'm just some lucky one. I was only on one drug, and I still some days feel like it's the first day. Some days it feels like I never was on a drug. Some days it feels like I can remember, you know, like I'm on one now. You know, we're all so different. Our central nervous system is all so different. All I can stress to y'all is please go on a low histamine diet. It did help me. It didn't help with like all of my stuff, like my mental, but it got rid of a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the flushing and the hot flashes that I thought all these years were menopausal. They weren't. They're just, I can tell the difference. If I go and eat a bunch of foods that I'm not supposed to have, I feel like I'm going back through menopause again. So I know it's not menopausal anymore. But I get a lot of questions, and I'm so grateful for you guys who do watch my videos. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know everything. I'm learning as I go. I'm listening to other people's stories. I'm, you know, researching and doing as much as I can because I want to try to make this easier on people. I don't want people just to give up. I mean, there's so many people who don't make it through this, and it's not because, the benzo kills. I mean, it destroys, yes, in ways, but like the lack of support is the biggest and the hardest when we don't have the medical to believe us, the family to believe us. We don't have support outside of anywhere. That's where we give up on ourselves, and that has to stop. Families need to realize we don't want to just lay in bed. I didn't want to just lay in bed. I wanted to get up and live my life. But when you're running to the bathroom and you're vomiting and diarrhea and constipation and dizziness and the lights are too bright, I mean, think about the worst time you've ever had a hangover. Imagine living like that every single day, on top of the flu, on top of like the worst cold you could have. Could you imagine? Like, I hear people say, well, how are you disabled? Well, that's why. Your brain doesn't function properly when you're coming off these drugs, you know? I mean, we're on them, and that's what's actually making us function. It's artificially down regulating everything else that would work in us normally and takes over. And then if you take it away and rip it out of you, which although we're slow tapering, the body doesn't see it that way. The body sees like, oh, I've been on this for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I can't function without this stuff, you know? But it's just sad. It's just, again, it's really sad about the support from families, the support in the community. I feel like if we start to break that barrier, we're going to lose a lot of people. And that's not what we want to do. You know, I even got a message the other day. I forget, somebody had said something like, and maybe I mentioned it in a video, like, I feel like this is worse than a street drug, in my opinion. I've never done street drugs, so I really shouldn't judge. And that was just kind of an example. I wasn't trying to, you know, like down anybody who's come off a street drug, but when they're like, oh, well, you know, cocaine and acid and all this is worse. And I'm just thinking to myself, problem is though, they have drug rehabs and things like that. We don't. They have people who believe them that no addiction is real. We don't. There's nothing we can do to lighten this situation. Like, I'm being real. A lot of people, oh, you need to take this vitamin and take this and take, no. Those things aren't going to stop a brain injury. They do help, like if your D is low and your nutrition isn't good, yes, but it's not going to rush the process. Your brain is the slowest healing organ in your body. It just, Realistically, it is. There's not a whole lot else you can do. People think they can go on all these supplements and natural things. Well, natural things still react in a way where they can react on the same receptors. People don't stop to think about that. As an example, I was having hot flashes with my menopause way before benzo. And I took some, it was called isoflavone. So it was some kind of supplement that's to stop hot flashes. Well, how do you think it worked? It was an estrogen acting agent. So it worked as raising the estrogen in the body, because they claim most women who have hot flashes, it's due to the low estrogen. Well, it made me super sick because the estrogen wasn't my problem. It was actually, it was histamine the whole time before benzos. I didn't know any of this. Now I do. So yeah, it acted just like estrogen, like if you were to take birth control, and it gave me the same symptoms, but it wasn't a medication. That's what supplements do. Some people just can't take them. And some of them make us worse. Unfortunately, people are right though. You don't know till you try. I agree. But there is no rushing benzo recovery. There isn't. I'm almost 2 years off. I've done everything by the book. Never reinstated, never updosed, never took rescue doses. I did the best I could. Not bragging. I'm just using this as I'm still struggling. This may not look like what you think, but inside, I'm not me. I'm not the same happy-go-lucky mom that can go get her nails done and her hair done and feel great and go shopping and be normal. I'm just not anymore. And I may never be. And that's the reality of it, is just, I guess I try to take each day how it's going to be, Could it be good? Could it be bad? I don't even speculate. I just dive into it. And whatever I get. And that's the only way that I've learned how to go through this. Unfortunately, my son is 7 now. I mean, think about it, almost 6 years going through this. So on into 2015, I started Ativan 0.5 once a day. So here we are. From 2015, 2016 in September, it stopped working for my body. Just stopped working. And I was sick ever since. So it's like 6 years of my life is gone. And I guess in my mind, I just feel like I can't waste anymore. I can't. It may not be every day is a happy-go-lucky day, and some days the world feels bad, and my vision is like spotty and see spots and tired and cognitive and all this other crazy stuff. But I guess I just try to live the best I can and be grateful that I'm even alive, to be honest, because I see so many more people suffering worse than me, and I feel helpless that I can't help them. Nothing I can say or do can help them. And I feel guilty. We've got to be kinder to each other, guys. Like, it's got to stop. I'm so sick of, there's too much awareness already. Melissa, stop making your bracelets. You're wasting people's time. These bracelets, to me, mean a lot, because I know each one I've worked really hard on. My ideas, creation, big or small, they mean the world to me, and they stand for something. And that's why I created my business, Simply Spoken, because every bracelet I make is something, a memory of a childhood, awareness, representing and showing love and gratitude for an aunt, a mom, an autistic survivor, somebody, it's all I have right now. And I'm going to keep working at it. And it's my little job that, I hope one day that I can maybe collaborate with people. Maybe the Cancer Foundation, I can make bracelets to and donate them. For me, that's what I don't get with this, benzo community. It's not all about money all the time. It's all about success and happiness and how we get there and how we help each other to get there. And I just feel like everybody has lost their empathy in this world ever since COVID. And maybe even before that, maybe I just never noticed. But we need to support one another, whether it's through benzo, people going through alcohol, anonymous. It doesn't matter what it is. We need to be there for each other. It's a damn shame that I see so many people wanting to be famous over benzos, or, oh, I'm in this and I'm doing that, and then going around telling people you shouldn't be making this and you shouldn't be, trying to do that. Well, people have no business telling other people what to do and to stop doing what makes them happy. I support everybody in what they do. If you're selling something and you're making shirts and you're, as an example, wanting to, make Benzo warrior shirts, do you. Do what makes you happy. And if the meaning behind it keeps you going, keep going. Forget what other people say. That, we don't need more shirts and all. Listen, not one person created all this. There are other people out there who make up the community, who make up the good parts of the community, not the bad. And those are the people that need to keep holding strong and don't let other people tell you what to do. So like I said, guys, I know this was kind of a rant and chitty chatty all over the place. I'm having just a lot of cognitive issues today. My sleep, like I said, has been a little bit off. So I just, I think that the cool thing is if y'all would leave any comments like on what you want me to answer, I want to do a Q&A on my next video. If there's anything, and again, I'm not a doctor, but if there's anything that I can answer or anything, questions you have, leave them down below. And then on my next video, I will go ahead and address all them. That way, I want to feel like I'm interacting with you guys and that you guys aren't, left. I try to answer all comments as much as I can. Sometimes I do, miss them or not see them. But yeah, like I said, I've been just, working on my business. If you guys are interested in Benzo bracelets, like I said, I'll leave the link below. No pressure there. I just, think it's amazing when we have a piece of us, of what we went through. And just seeing all these other Benzo warriors doing such amazing things. It's such success that we need to share. That there is, success out there as far as like we do heal and we do get better. I know that there are sad stories too, but I think we need to put more of both of them out there, so people do see that this is not to give up. It's not. I mean, there are days I ask myself why I'm pushing. I still get those days. But you know what? I don't feel guilty because I know those days are the days that push me further to get where I am right now and further and further. And on June 27th, I will be 2 years off benzos. And I'm not healed, but I am recovering. And I want all of you to stay positive and stay connected with people who make you feel good, not those people who treat you bad, because nobody deserves this. Even if you weren't going through benzos, nobody deserves to be treated badly, to be ignored or unsupported at all. So like I said, guys, I'm hoping to do another video. I'm hoping not to wait so many, months in between, but I would love to do a Q&A for my next video. So if you have any questions, leave them down below and maybe I will read them on my next video. So thanks, guys. Bye.